Hello, this is Peter Wheelander. You know, as we think about going to the Emerson Global User Exchange in San Antonio, let's think back to 2008 and look at some of the footage we shot when the event was in Washington, D.C.
And for me, this conference is all about education. Now that may seem crazy because I'm the Vice President of Marketing. You'd think I would come here to market, but I actually come here to go listen to all of our customers present papers. So all day long, I'm just going from paper to paper to paper, listening to our customers.
The highlights in the last year have certainly been the sales growth that Emerson has experienced. We are looking at a growth rate that year to date is on the order of 18%, and we're very proud of that. In addition, this particular exchange is an all-time record attendance. We grew a lot since last year, and we've actually outgrown this facility, and there's now very few places that can handle what we think will be the crowd coming up. So we've got some interesting challenges in terms of finding venues.
You know, the changing of the guard, of course, is big news. You know, John did his usual fantastic job there in his speech yesterday, and you know, it's pretty unique to see a vendor get a standing ovation from his set of customers. I think that said a lot about how people feel about John and the relationship that he's been able to build with customers over the years. I think the transition to Steve will be pretty seamless and transparent. As Steve said himself, you know, when you look at our growth and the success, he'd be foolish to change that formula and to do anything different. And Emerson actually has a very good process, a very good management processes around planning these kinds of things. And I'm sure it's been known for quite a while that Steve was going to take over, and that he and John have been working out how that's going to work. And in fact, John's not going away. John's going to be around in a chairman role for a while to help facilitate the transition overall and get involved in what he likes a lot, which is technology development and working with customers. So John will certainly, I expect to see John still here at next year's exchange, just in a different capacity, and that's kind of the way Emerson handles these big management transitions.
In fact, I want to make sure that we continue to be successful as we have been in the past. And I will continue to focus on some of those key areas that John has also focused on, such as innovation, quality of our products and services, and making sure that we are very customer focused. And I think we have a very strong industry. We have some great products that are now being released. So actually, I think the growth that we've seen here of late will continue as we go forward.
Well, we're here to present on a Coriolis meter, offload measuring liquids by using the density, so we can distinguish oil, water, or gases, or something in between.
And we came to speak on an application that we designed, and that saved us an awful lot of money on our operating costs. It hadn't been done by anybody in our backyard. And so it's truly innovative among the peers that we work with. So next year we'll have to come up with something even better.
One of the most exciting things was actually preparing for the event. Because we couldn't take all of our customers to a plant, we decided to get as close as we could towards bringing a plant to our customers. And we've implemented a large unit size, 100+ node smart wireless infrastructure inside this plant, inside of this hotel.
You know, typically we give you a demonstration of a control system or one of our measurement devices, and you know, it's on a tabletop, a small scale, and you kind of have to imagine it scaled up to what it would really look like in the scope of a process plant. Well, here at the Gaylord, we've been able to actually give you what I think is the equivalent of a giant process unit here by taking advantage of wireless technology. In the scope of 2 days, we've instrumented this immense atrium that they have here that is, oh, I don't know, I guess it's probably 13, 15 stories tall. You could easily imagine a cat cracker or a K-Mir digester or several large pieces of process equipment being in there. And if we were instrumenting that in a traditional wired manner, we would have been here 3 months ago trying to set up all those instruments and getting going. Instead, we showed up, I think, late Friday night. In the space of 2 days, we'd instrumented an area that's the size of an actual process unit. So, you know, with 70 different measurements across a vast area, we're able to show you how in 2 days you can do what would have easily taken 2 months with traditional kind of wiring. And I think it's a pretty impressive thing, and you don't have to use your imagination. You can see full-scale wireless implementation.
Over the last 2 years, we've been able to develop what we consider to be best practices, or what we call best practices. Rather than physically having to go out.
And in my mind, the hot topic of this event is wireless technology. And the one thing I wanted to point out is that the EDDL technology will be used, transparently to convey all of this wireless information. It's just a descriptive technology, and the means for conveying it, whether it's wired or wireless, is immaterial to the technology. It's independent of communication protocol, and it's just a straightforward textual description of the field device. And EDDL, what I question, will be used straight across for these wireless devices.